Welcome back to the channel, you guys, and yes, we are back on my lovely 2001 Porsche Boxster in this wonderful colour of rainforest green. Now, it's been away, I'll explain more about that in a moment, but if you want to catch up on this car, there are 7 or 8 videos I've done already on it where I've fixed it up. We got this in a really scruffy state. Some of the before and after photos videos that you'll see in this video will show you that. You can watch the playlist that I've created for this very car, so binge watch those, you'll enjoy those. But today I want to show you some of the improvements that we've made to this car. It's been to the upholsterers, so there's some really nice things that we've got going on here just to finish off the look of the car. I'm also going to put a new windscreen cowl in here. This is horrible, it's broken, and we're going to fix that. So that's the plan for today's video. Let's have a look around the new work on the car. All right, those of you that watched the video when I took the soft top off will know that this is in fact part 2 of that video. So you'll remember I took the old soft top off fairly easily, actually. It wasn't a very difficult thing to do, but getting the new one back on, the new one that I'd spent 650 bucks on, was nigh on impossible. I just couldn't do it. And I'll show you in a minute where I got stuck and how we fixed it. But the soft top that came with this car was in a very bad state. The plastic on the back was all cracked. This was all dusty. It was just past its best. So it was time for a new one. But have a look at where I got stuck. And you'll see how the upholsterer told me that it could be done. I think this will be helpful for those of you that may be thinking about doing it yourselves. I wouldn't. Just giving you my advice, I really wouldn't do this myself again. But the upholsterer who does it all day, every day, this is what he told me. So when we last left our heroes, we were trying to get a part of the soft top to slide through this channel here. And you see it had to go all the way through, all the way down here. And the problem was that it was scrunching up. Now the guy who's about to fit the soft top here tells me there are 2 tricks. You can see, if we come in very close, there are 2 screws in there. Can you see them? Focus camera. Let's see if we can get you to focus in on that. There they are. If you unscrew that, then that releases this piece of metal inside here. We can get it to focus in again, which allows it to slide in a lot easier. And secondly, if I come over to the soft top itself, this is the one that I won't be using. This is the one that fell apart when I was using it. This here is the piece that we were trying to slide down into that groove, and as you can see, there's quite a lot of fabric between this darker black piece and the end of where this piece of plastic is poking out, and that has the effect of scrunching it up, and you can see that's why this ripped, because it just scrunched up and ripped down there. So what the guy who's going to fit it tomorrow is going to do, he's going to put a line of stitching in here, going all the way along, in order to prevent that scrunching up. And then it should, with the combination of taking those 2 screws out and the stitching that he's going to put in here on the new one that I've got, this is the old one that we're not going to use anymore, it should have the effect of allowing it to slide in a lot easier. But I'm still glad it's him doing it and not me, to be perfectly honest. So there you see, that's the difficult bit that got me stuck. But there was a subsequent part that would have also had me completely confounded. And that was this bow on the top here. You can probably see just a little ridge just going down here by the way the soft top dips. Well, mine didn't have one. And when I took the old one off, there was nothing there, so it indicated that somebody had been in there before, because there's supposed to be a plastic rib that goes the full width of the car. When I took it into the upholsterer, he said there's supposed to be a plastic rib that goes the full width of the car, and there wasn't one. Now, the part that I ordered from Pelican Parts was fine, but it required some skill to get in. I think he's put some screws or some bolts or something here that you can't see, it's all tucked away underneath here. But that would have been the next part that was really going to cause me bother. The other thing is that the cars of this age, I think it was 2001 and before, don't have a headliner. I rather like the idea of a headliner, so I went and bought one. And I'll show you that now. I should mention Sierra Tops. Sierra Tops are the manufacturer of this particular soft top, and Auto Tops Direct. That's where I got it from. You'll recall when I had the trouble with the channel here, the hood all but fell apart. They were really, really good, actually, I must say. And they replaced the soft top for me at no charge. So I'd just like to say thanks to Sierra, thanks to Auto Tops Direct for being just great service and for being a good partner. They're not paying me anything at all for this video. There's nothing like that, no sponsorship, nothing. But I felt, you know, good service needed to be rewarded, so that's why I'm saying that. But come and have a look at the headliner inside the car. So here we are inside the Boxster, and here is the headliner. Now this car did not come with a headliner. This is a genuine Porsche part actually, so I didn't get it from Auto Tops Direct, I got it from Pelican Parts. And it just adds to a little bit of the look of comfort about the car, I think. I'm not sure what it'll do in terms of sound deadening, but it looks a little bit nicer, and this would have been beyond me to fit this on, so another good job there, I think. And lastly, aside from just looking great, I mean, look how black this is compared to the grey dusty mess I had before. This is glass and it's heated as well. Now there was practically no visibility out from behind through the mirror of the old one at all. It was like driving in a dark cave, frankly. This, however, I can now see really clearly through, and it'll just make it a bit easier when the weather finally does cave in and we get into winter here. So really, really pleased about this. This looks absolutely tremendous, I think, and starts to make it look like a proper car again. Transform the exterior with all the work we've done on the polishing of the paintwork. Now this lovely hood, I think we've got it to a good place. Let's get this hood down and have a look at the work that I've had done to the leather. I think you'll enjoy this. You have to love a convertible top that is electric, don't you? Yeah. Now, take a look at this lovely interior with this green paint. The original colour of this car is something called natural brown, which just sets off the colour of this green absolutely perfectly. So the person who designed this car and bought it and specified it got it exactly right. But unfortunately, the people after him didn't look after it very well. The original seats that came with this car were scruffy to say the least, and I thought I could repair them, but alas not, they were just too far gone. So I bought these lovely sports seats. The originals were the standard seats off eBay, and they were slightly the wrong colour. I also had a dilemma because this door, which is nicely repaired now, I'll show you in a moment, was awful. It was cracked, and so I needed to find some leather. Now I went to a company called GAAH, or it might be GAHH, and the leather you see draped on the door just there is the closest I could get, and it was still the wrong colour. So potentially I could have had, if you look at the dash is the original colour, I could have had 3 different colours going on here if I wasn't very careful, and that was sort of excessive. So I had the door reupholstered, just the top part here. You can see at the top of the screen here, this part has been reupholstered, this part down here has not. And the upholsterer had to take the door card apart. It comes apart in 2 pieces, which are plastic welded together. So not straightforward. But then what we decided to do is, rather than stay with the leather, that colour on the door draped over the door, we had the seats and the door tops resprayed to match the original colour. So this is about as close as I'm going to get, I think, to getting it perfect. And now have a look at it in all its glory. I'm so pleased with this. The people that did it for me were Royal Upholstery in Norwalk, Connecticut, and Joe there did an absolutely terrific job. He's also the man that had the horrible task of putting the roof on. Just to make sure they matched, he also resprayed or had resprayed the door top on that door as well, so that everything matches. But look at the seats in this car now, matching with the polished paintwork and the beautiful brand new soft top. So this car is now looking pretty nice. So I'm feeling good about this car. We're beginning to turn the corner on it. It is not perfect though. We have got a few things to do. So we're going to do two of them today. One is to waterproof the new soft top. Secondly is to replace this horrible windscreen cowl, which is grey, it's hanging off, it just sort of spoils the look of the car, and the look of the car is one of the things that we've kind of got right, aside from the mechanical stuff we'll need to get to, and I'll explain that in a bit. So first job is we're going to waterproof this, then we're going to tackle this. These windscreen wipers, they need painting as well, so I'm going to do that. There's plenty to do, so stay tuned, we're going to get on with that right now. Okay, I have bought Chemical Guy's convertible top protectant, which should seal and repel UV protection, stain blockers, safe for all colours and durable protection. So this looks to be pretty straightforward stuff actually. You spray it on, you wait 20 minutes, you give it a second coat. So let's do that. And just to make sure I've got an even coat on here, I'm just going to use this upholstery brush to just smooth it into the fabric, just so it's even. Okay, another job not messed up. So here is the problem with that windscreen cowl. You can just see it's just done, it's finished. It's grey, it's horrible, it's falling apart. So I think the plastic has cracked where it's supposed to be screwed in and it's just irreparable. But here are the new parts. So a brand new cowl, which will go on like that, and the gasket or seal that goes around the inner side of it here. That's also looking not, I suppose that's not too bad, but for the sake of it, let's put a new one on anyway. So let's get to work and I'll show you how this comes off. So we're in the front of this car and you can see where I haven't cleaned it yet. And there's quite a bit of work to do here, although none of it is particularly difficult, I don't think. I mean, obviously I'll make a meal of it because I'm a complete idiot, but effectively what we've got to do is go underneath here. There are some electrics for the pumps here, for the water jets that go on. These water jets have obviously got to be removed from the cowl. And in the process of doing all of that, the windscreen wipers have to come off. So I don't think it's any more complicated than a few T20s, T25s, 10mm bolts, that kind of thing. But those are famous last words, of course. So onwards we go. So the first job I'm going to tackle actually is taking off the windscreen wipers. And in order to remember where they should go when I put them back, I'm just going to put some tape, just a little bit of electrical tape where they sit so I can put them back in the same place. Yes, I just stabbed myself with a knife. That was that manly noise I made. But the reason I'm taking these off first, these wipers, is so that I can paint them first. And then whilst they're drying, then of course we can do the rest of it. So, using the Stanley knife I just stabbed myself with, we're going to lift off this little cap that came off really easily to expose a 10mm bolt without dropping this plastic piece down that horrible gap. And the same here, hopefully without, perhaps put the blade facing away from me this time. There we are, these just slip out no problem. And this is actually a 13 rather than a 10. Oh, that was hardly on there at all. That is turning, right? Yeah. That was hardly on there at all. And this one requires the hood or the bonnet to be up. But again, it's not in there in any pressure at all. That's good. Somebody's made this a bit easier for me. Now these wipers are actually on a tapered end. So I'll show you how I think we get this off in just a second, because they won't fly off even if there's no bolt on there. And from doing my research, yes, you wouldn't believe it, but these videos are in fact researched by me. Otherwise I'd look like even more of a moron than I currently... Oh, that was close. Even more of a moron than I currently do. Let me show you. So let's just put a little bit of penetrating fluid on these. And on the other side. That should do it. And then that will help us work it off, I think. It has lowered, so that should come off in a minute with perhaps a touch more persuasion. One. Yes! And the same again on this side. This is just a tad more stubborn. Okay. Let's just see what happens. There we are. That just came off. Typical. And then just to separate the wiper from the wiper blade. There we are. Perfect. And then just a little bit of sanding off, just to get all this crap off. It's 1000 grit. Not going to do it too much harm. Might just help the paint look a bit better. A little bit of surface prep. This just degreases it and gets any of the residual sanding off. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you joined me in the Reed patented paint booth with my wiper on a piece of wire. And now, having shaken this can about 1 billion times, we're going to spray it. Comically missing the spray booth itself, shooting paint over the top. And number 2, promising not to get it over the top of the paint booth this time. Right, you guys, whilst that is drying, we are going to take off these panels. This is a T20 off here. Now I'm back at the front of the car with the bonnet down, using the same Stanley knife or box cutter, whatever you want to call it, to get that off, which has now gone under the car, which is what that looks like. And there's a bolt under there, which I think's a 10. But let's have a look. So, is that going to fit on there, or do we need a different size? No, I think we're good. All right, now on the other side, take my vicious tool and make sure I don't flick it across the garage this time. Same bolt down there, so I'll get that off. And if we look inside here, you can see why this just wasn't being held on by the bolt. The plastic all around the outside has snapped or perished or gone brittle or all of the above. And then what I think is the last one is a T25 just here. So not the T20 we were using before, but a T25. Now, I think that's all the screws that we've got to take out. So that is actually loose now. But there are 3 more things I think we have to loosen. 2 of these electrical things here, which I'll get out in a moment. And then one is the actual water, you know, the pipe that goes up there. Now this actually has two wings on the outside of it, and I think it twists to come out. So let me just see if I can twist that. Not easy to get your hand in there, actually. There we are. Oh, that got it. So that is now out. Now for these electrical cables, I think these are just the ones that pinch in like that. So let's give that a shot. Get some lighting in there, of course. There we are. It came out easily in the end. That's what that looks like. So one more to do over here. There we are. Got it at long last. I am an idiot. Oh, I don't know. Other people seem to do this so much easier on their videos. And then just before we pull it out, it just needs to get this wire from out of here. And again on there. It's not a wire, it's a tube. Okay, we are ready to take this out. Now I think the way this comes out, if I look here, there is a little lug down there that we can push this up into, and I think it needs to come up because there's bits under here that need to come out. So let's try that. Perhaps the bonnet needs to be down. Just initially, let's try that. No, that's never going to work. All right, back to plan A. Oh, there we are, just lifted up. Okay, just needed a bit of brute force and ignorance. Let's try the other side, see how we do here. This is the same. Oh, this might be easier actually, because of course the lug is over there. All right, so maybe I should have started with that side, and maybe even started in the middle. So what is, I've missed some T25s. Let me show you. Now, just below where we took out that pipe and that electrical cable, look, there is a T25, and there's one on the other side as well. So let's get that out. I'm searching for, of course. Okay, that's one. That feels a lot better. We'll whiz that out in no time, I think. Okay, having gone now through the correct procedure, and not the idiot procedure that we were following before. Oh yeah, okay. This just practically falls out of the car now, doesn't it? Now, what's still caught up? Let's have a look. What have we got here? There we are, it's out! And for the first time in 21 years, I think, this is out. Now we do have to take out these pumps, these spray nozzles, and put them on the new one. So that's our next job. Let's do that. Okay, if I start here then, the first thing I think needs to come out is this electrical plug where the electrics went into. And that works, I think, if I just turn it to the camera, there's a little lug just there at the end of my fingertip. If I pull that towards me, I think it's towards me, and it will allow this, yes, look, to slide back. You see how that there was catching on that there. So that's number one. Get that out of the way. We'll do the same on the other side. There we are. That's got the second one. Now the next thing, just along from where we took out our first electrical thing, is this T-shaped pump thing. It's got a little screen in it as well. That needs to be detached. That's just a question of sliding it out of its rubber. You can just detach it at one end. And then we're ready to take out our nozzles. And I think that is just a question of pushing this thing in, and it should start to come out the other end. Yeah, that was easy. See, it's just come out the other end. And then that all comes through there, like so. We'll do it on the other side. Okay, same again on this side. Come on, pop out nicely. There's always one that is easy and one that is super hard. Let's go for it. Oh, no, these were both easy. That's nice. Thank you for being kind. All right. Not a terribly difficult task so far. I've now jinxed it, of course, as I say in all these videos, but is that going to get through there? I don't want to break anything, because then I'm in trouble, aren't I? Maybe this way would be the smarter way to go. No, I had it right. In that case, we will just remove the other end of this because it won't fit through that hole. That's it. Come on, out you come. Out you come. Okay, there we are. And that will just slide through, and we have one finished cowl. Thank you for your service, sir. And now look at the difference between the new one and the old one. This is why we're doing it. You can see the difference there. Black and sort of grey. All right, let's put the new one back in. All right, that's a bit cleaner than when we started. That'll do. Let's put our new cabin filter in. I think that just lifts up, does it? Yep, that lifts up. Just pulls out. Oh, this is dead straightforward. Okay. I think then this just goes back in. There we are. Okay, then that can go back on. Hold it in place. Nice new cabin filter. And not forgetting the gasket, which needs to go on. So we're going to put that on. Pretty straightforward. I won't bore you with this. Yes, bleeding again. Okay, one assumes that it goes in the same way it came out, which means I need to go this way. So, be kind, please. Okay, what's going on here? Okay. Gently Bentley. Okay. That can go in here. That's it, you're going in nicely. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that, it's just got in. Oh, yes. I think we've got into the right places in here. All right, let's bolt it down. Okay, we can start putting stuff back together again. Now, put our little electrical cable back in its little clip there. There we are, it goes up like that. Fiddly. There we are, that's it. In. There we are, that's that. We need to put our water pump thingy back in, which is hiding under here at the moment. Come on, out we come. Gotcha. That can be fed back into here. Oh, and I've moved my camera. Sorry guys, didn't mean to move you around like that. But you can still see that goes in there like that. back and then twist round again. Oh, I moved you again. Sorry, chaps. And now on the other side, this one can go in as well. Oh, okay then. All right then. And we can push this in. You do want to. Oh, ow, that hurt. Ooh, ow. There we are. Okay. Next one going back in. Next T25 to bolt this. Oh, you bastard. Aha, aha, hasn't gone far. There we are. Okay, well, we'll try that one again then. Okay, final pieces of putting our covers back, which I've cleaned. Well, there we are, folks. This is before, and this is after. Now, one last thing before I go, for all you Boxster owners out there that wished for a little bit more technology, I've just fitted the Renline Exact Fit phone mount. Now this time it also has a MagSafe charger built into it as well. So all I have to do is put my phone like so, and it starts charging. Now the other thing, I have it powered off this device here, which is something that connects by radio waves to the radio. It also connects to the phone by Bluetooth, and therefore I can use my phone as navigation and music played through my speakers, and it all fits in just in there, just screws in. It's one screw. So dead straightforward. Well, I think that'll do it for this video. Really pleased with this. This looks a million times better. Nice new black wipers. Just finishes the front end of the car off really beautifully. Got a bit of technology in the car as well. We've waterproofed the hood. We're in good shape. Now, next video, we're going to be going down to the tail of the dragon again. So now that the car is in pretty good shape, I thought it'd be a good idea to do a video about whether you should buy a Boxster, how it looks like compared to a 911, what it's like to drive, whether the Boxster is right for you or whether you're a 911 person. I have experience of both, of course. I had a 996 just before this, the sort of cheap 911, even though it's really good. And I think that'll make an interesting video. I've also, after that, got to change the suspension. We've got a few creaks and, yeah, you know, the suspension's not fantastic. Right for a change. That's a huge project for me, though. I'm a complete moron. Never done any of it before. In fact, this whole series is about a mechanical moron trying to do up his Boxster, which I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please give me a like. The algorithms love that, and it helps me to go up the rankings and get it published to people that ordinarily wouldn't watch my videos. Subscribe if you liked it. Also, of course, that helps. But otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.